Kwame, a son of the Gold Coast, dreamt of a future painted with the vibrant hues of his homeland. He imagined himself a respected elder, sharing stories under the warm embrace of the African sun. But fate, it seemed, had a cruel twist in store. One fateful day, raiders descended upon his village, shattering the tranquility. Kwame, along with many others, was captured, bound in chains, and herded towards the waiting ships. They were to be slaves, their destinies stolen, their futures uncertain. The journey across the vast ocean was a nightmare. The cramped hold reeked of sweat, fear, and despair. Kwame clung to the memory of his home, a beacon of hope in the suffocating darkness. He refused to be broken. He would survive. He would honor the memory of his ancestors and fight for the day he could once again feel the warmth of his homeland on his skin. Upon arriving in the New World, Kwame was separated from his people, sold like cattle to the highest bidder. He found himself on a sprawling plantation, the air thick with humidity and the stench of suffering. The days were long, the work backbreaking. Each swing of the machete, each drop of sweat, was a testament to his resilience, a silent scream against the injustice he endured. Emilia, the Prime Minister's daughter, was a vision of elegance and grace, but beneath her refined exterior beat a heart moved by compassion. Unlike her peers, she saw the enslaved Africans not as possessions, but as people, each with their own story, their own dreams. One afternoon, her gaze fell upon Kwame. He stood tall amongst the other slaves, his spirit unbroken despite the chains that bound him. His eyes, filled with a quiet dignity, held her captive. She was drawn to his intelligence, his quiet strength, a stark contrast to the cruelty that surrounded him. Emilia began seeking him out, engaging him in conversation whenever she could. She brought him books, thirsty for knowledge, his mind a sponge absorbing every word. He spoke of his homeland, of its rich culture and traditions, painting vivid pictures with his words. Emilia listened with rapt attention, her heart aching for the life that had been stolen from him. As the days turned into weeks, a bond began to form between Kwame and Emilia. Their conversations deepened, their shared moments becoming stolen breaths of solace in a world determined to keep them apart. Kwame, starved for human connection, found solace in Emilia's kindness. He shared with her his hopes, his fears, his longing for a freedom he thought he might never know again. Emilia, in turn, confided in him her own dreams of a world free from prejudice and hate. A world where love, not the color of one's skin, dictated the course of their lives. Their connection deepened, blossoming into a love as forbidden as it was undeniable. Stolen glances turned into secret rendezvous, hidden from the watchful eyes of the plantation. They found solace in each other's arms, their love a beacon of hope in the darkness. But their secret could not stay hidden forever. Theirs was a love deemed dangerous, a threat to the very fabric of their society. Word of Kwame and Emilia's relationship reached the ears of the Prime Minister. He was enraged, his daughter's love for an enslaved man a stain on his family's honor. He forbade her from seeing Kwame, threatening him with unimaginable cruelty if he dared to go near her again. Emilia was torn between her love for Kwame and her loyalty to her father. She pleaded with him, trying to make him understand the depth of their connection, the injustice of denying them their happiness. But her father's heart was hardened by prejudice. He refused to listen. Kwame and Emilia were devastated. They were ripped apart, their stolen moments together now only a painful memory. But their love, forged in hardship and defiance, was not so easily extinguished. They found ways to communicate, passing secret messages through sympathetic servants, their love a lifeline in a world determined to drown them. They clung to the hope that one day they would be together, free from the shackles of society's prejudice. Section 5. Defiance, a daughter's courage. Emilia refused to let her father's bigotry extinguish the flame of their love. She studied law, devouring every book she could find, determined to understand the intricacies of the legal system that held Kwame captive. She challenged her father's beliefs, engaging him in heated debates, her voice trembling with a newfound conviction. She spoke of equality, of humanity. Her words, like daggers, aimed at the heart of his prejudice. The Prime Minister, used to his daughter's obedience, found himself disarmed by her newfound defiance. He tried to reason with her, to control her, but Emilia would not be silenced. She had found her voice, and she would use it to fight for the man she loved, for a world where love knew no color, no bounds. Driven by her love for Kwame and armed with her newfound legal knowledge, Emilia devised a daring plan. She would expose the cruelty of slavery, challenge the very foundation of her father's power, and in doing so, win Kwame's freedom. She began by gathering evidence of the inhumane treatment of slaves, documenting their suffering, their stories. She contacted abolitionists, sharing her findings, rallying support for her cause. Her actions sent shockwaves through society. The Prime Minister, caught between his political ambitions and his daughter's defiance, found himself increasingly isolated. Emilia's courage had ignited a spark of change, and the flames of abolition were beginning to spread. The day Kwame was granted his freedom was a day of jubilation. Emilia, her eyes shining with tears of joy, embraced him, their love a testament to the power of resilience and hope. Their fight had come at a cost. Emilia's relationship with her father was fractured, the chasm between them a constant reminder of the battle they had fought. But they had each other, and that they knew was all that truly mattered. They married in a simple ceremony. Their love the only adornment they needed. Their union, a symbol of hope and defiance, sent a powerful message throughout the land. Their love story, born out of hardship and tested by fire, became a beacon of hope for others who dared to dream of a world free from the shackles of prejudice. Freed from physical chains, Kwame and Emilia dedicated their lives to breaking the chains that still bound so many others. Kwame, a powerful orator, traveled the country, sharing his story, his words igniting the fires of change in the hearts of all who heard him. Emilia, utilizing her legal acumen, worked tirelessly to dismantle the legal framework that supported slavery. She published pamphlets, lobbied politicians, and challenged the status quo at every turn. Their love, a constant source of strength, fueled their tireless efforts. They faced opposition, threats, and danger, but they refused to be silenced. They knew their fight was not just for themselves, but for generations to come. Kwame and Emilia's love story echoed through the ages, a testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome even the most daunting obstacles. They lived long lives, witnessing the slow but steady dismantling of the institution of slavery. Their home became a haven for those seeking refuge, their love a beacon of hope in a world still grappling with the legacy of its past. And when their time on earth came to an end, they left behind a legacy of love, courage, and hope, their names forever etched in the annals of history as pioneers of change. Their story served as a reminder that love knows no bounds, that even in the face of unimaginable cruelty, the human spirit, fueled by hope and love, can triumph over adversity.